another edition of the Contractor's Secret Weapon weekly podcast with your hosts, Dave Negri. This program is dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, roof cleaners, and business owners in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over the competition. This program supplies you with information that the competition doesn't even know exists. This session brought to you by ContractorsSecretWeapon.com.
Before we get into the conversation with you, I just want to do a shout out to our sponsors who help promote Contractor's Secret Weapon and just some of the things that they have in store for you, our listeners. Hey, is your phone ringing enough? Do you want it to ring more with highly motivated and qualified buyers that contact you, the contractor, directly? No more waiting for the phone to ring. Just answer that phone. Best Home Services leads are dedicated to making your phone ring with motivated buyers that call you directly. There's no obligation to talk with them. Just go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money. Fill out the form to secure your discount on the setup fee. Do it today. This special will not last forever. Check them out at ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money.
Running a small business is no easy task, and I should know because I had a service company for almost 10 years. I am the founder of a software called Radius Bomb, and it's unbelievable. And for all the listeners of Contractor's Secret Weapon, we have a special offer for you to check out. If you want to send hyper-targeted, laser-focused, super personalized postcards to your exact prospects using a map while sitting in your underwear, then go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb, and we'll give you your first 100 postcards for free. Just go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb.
Hey, this is Dave Negri with Contractor's Secret Weapon. I'm so glad you could be here today. I'm excited about today's topic that I'm going to talk about. I've been thinking about it for such a long time, and I think that now is the time to really talk about it. The title for today is A Forgotten Secret to Success. And you're going, oh no, another secret to success. And actually, it's really not a secret. And once we get through the end, you'll understand that I just really wanted to grab your attention today because this is really an important subject. And really, I just want to talk about success without fulfillment is empty. So what does that mean? You know, we all strive for success. We all work hard. We work probably harder than we want to and ultimately harder than we should to make the type of money we want, to build the type of business we want. And so I just want to go over some things today that I think that is not talked enough about. And you hear it in dribs and drabs. And one of the other podcast episodes, I think I didn't have time to check it, was with Chris Daly when we really talked about philanthropy in your marketing. But I think sometimes it goes beyond that. And I really want to talk about giving in the marketplace and not giving back. I'm sorry, that's just one of my pet peeves. I just really hate that word. And I'm really not a big fan of being politically correct. But when you talk about giving back, it sort of makes me feel like I've stolen something and I'm obligated to do that. And I'm not obligated because I haven't stolen anything. But now giving is another thing. And I think that, you know, there are so many people that feel empty from their success. And I'm not going to say this is the main thing that will fulfill your emptiness because really, for the most part, an emptiness needs to be filled as a spiritual void. But we can get into that another time. Today I just want to talk about giving and the circle that fills in your business. And again, not giving back because you haven't stolen anything. And why should you feel guilty about giving back? Well, maybe you don't because you're just used to the word. I hate the word, so we'll just go there. But I think that there's a portion of each one of us that really deep down inside, there's that part that we want to give. We really do, and we don't know how to do it. And, you know, you hear about, you know, Tony Robbins, who feeds thousands of people a year and around the holidays. And then this may be why this is coming up too, and it may not, because there's multiple things that are going on in my life, and it could be a class that I'm teaching at church and about giving, and that's part of it, and it's coming around the holidays, and that's probably part of it. But it should be all the time, and it's not just around the holidays. And you say, well, man, I would love to give like Tony Robbins does. And I had a friend that he says, man, I would love to be a philanthropist. And I go, what's stopping you? And he goes, well, I don't have any money. I said, you got $1? He goes, yeah. I said, well, it starts with $1. It just starts with a thought. It starts with an idea. It starts with, it could be anything. It could be with your time. So I'm just going to take you through some, I had been a couple of different conversations that I've had this week that I think you'll enjoy, and where they went. And I was talking with my brother, who is a real estate investor up north in Connecticut. And he's come to, they buy a lot of properties, they rehab a lot of properties, and, there's a lot of places that they get a lot of, they're not empty when they buy them. It could be an estate, it could be, a broken down house, it could be foreclosure, it could be monumental things that are going on. So what he's decided to do, and he's been doing for a few years now, is that in a town not too far from where he lives, it's Bridgeport, Connecticut, and it's not the wealthiest city, but there is a place that in Bridgeport, and when they get a house that's completely full, of course they'll throw all the trash out, but they'll save all the good clothes, they'll save all the good furniture, and they'll pack it up in their trucks, and they'll just bring it down there, and there's a place that they can drop off the stuff, and then people will come and pick it up. And I says, well, why do you do that? Just out of curiosity. And he goes, he says, it really makes me feel good that I'm not in it just for the money all the time. He said, sure, I could go through all that stuff and I could put it on Craigslist and I could sell it. But he said, it means more to me to just be part of our business, that we just give this stuff away. And, we've helped a lot of people, and we've helped fill a lot of apartments full of furniture that people wouldn't have been able to do because of what we did. And so I said, so ultimately what it does, it fulfills you, and it makes you a better person. He goes, ultimately. So that's why he does it. Now, I have a friend, and I think we talked about this on the other podcast, who does a No Roof Left Behind, and where he, is part of a philanthropy thing in his business, and they give away a free roof once a year to a qualifying person. But I got to tell you what happened because of what he does. So this year's been a very particular year for them, as far as there were come down to two competing. Actually, there's four, but two were really close as far as No Roof Left Behind, and the two people that go out and do the final inspection and the final everything go out, and they're going, man, I hope that this lady really wins, because it would be a real blessing for her to get this roof. And so when it came down to the count and all the votes were in, and the lady didn't win. And she had touched the hearts of some of these two employees very much so. So they took it upon themselves to gather a group of people within the company to go and, put together a work day and time, after work or probably on a weekend. And they didn't want to tell their boss about it, because it was something that they wanted to do as an extension, but it's something that they wanted to do. They wanted to contribute because they wanted to be their thing. Well, the funny part was that they found out, the owners of the company found out, and they go, "Oh, no problem. We'll get this for you. And we'll get this for you." And they go, "No problem. We'll take this." And they go, "No, no," and because they just said no. We want to do this on our own, and it's all because of something that the owners had done in the previous time that had a trickle down effect. So that is a neat and exciting story. Now, there's another story. I can tell you tons of stories that have happened with me, and I'm not going to, because it's not about me, it's about you. As I was listening to a story the other day, and it was a guy that he was actually, he had just built himself a huge house. He's sitting in his pool, he's looking up, and he's going, I really feel empty. He was sort of depressed. He had reached his goal, and now he was sort of depressed about it. So there's a lesson in itself. If you if you set a big goal, set other goals behind it, because it's not the goal itself that gets you excited. It's the anticipation. It's the trip to the goal that is exciting. Because once you reach the goal, there's that plateau, and then there's only a drop off that plateau. So there's got to be something behind it, another exciting thing. So luckily, he was thinking about this, or he was listening to some tapes about this, and he came to that realization that success without fulfillment is empty. And he started figuring out what he could do, and it was, and he did something little, the first year, and again, each year he increased it and increased it. And so, listen, I just want you to think about this as you go through this year, as you set your goals for the year. Always set your goals on. I know we talked about this in the future or in the past couple of weeks, or maybe so. In one of our series about goal setting, but put this into your goal setting. Put into, what am I going to do? What am I going to give? How much am I going to give? How am I going to do it? Who's going to benefit from it? Just some things that you probably never thought of before. And if you have, that's great. That's awesome. But make it a part of your goal plan, because to incorporate giving, to incorporate contribution into your life will just help with the fulfillment and bring that whole thing into a full circle. So as we think about these things, just, be a little more diligent. And I'm not saying that you're not diligent about this. I know that in the back of my mind, I've always been, let me just tell you a little bit about me. I've never been motivated by money. I mean, I'm motivated. I like nice things, and I like to do nice things. But when I really had many years have set my goals according to how much I want to give, and trust me, I'm not. Nothing great about me. It's just that's how I'm wired. There are other people that get wired about, I want this nice car, I want this nice house, I want X amount of money, I want X amount of dollars in the bank, and that's fine. I do have those little goals, but I do it from the giving aspect. I don't know why. It's just because it brings me so much joy. It's a joyful thing, and we as we go through business and we continue to reach our goals in business, but there is that void that's there if you don't give. To take, we are not made by our Creator to be takers. We are made to be givers, and so it's a give and take thing. And the give and the take make us whole, make us complete, so that everything comes back full circle. So if you've been chasing your dreams, that's awesome. If you've been chasing your goals and chasing money and chasing the things that you want, that's awesome. But if you feel empty, even though you've been doing this, then I might recommend to you that you start incorporating some giving into your lifestyle, because it's really will bring you, it really bring you some joy, and you know what? You can have some real fun doing it, because especially if you do something and they don't even know about it, man, that is so exciting. So until next podcast, listen, have a great week. Ponder on these things, put them in your goals, and check out the website. As always, leave us a review. You can do that right on the website now. You don't have to go to iTunes to do that. We've got installed a new software on there, so you can just boom, hit it, type it in, and you're done. We've got some free reports. If you haven't downloaded our free reports, go for them. And so until the next time, listen, be profitable, be excited, and run your business towards your lifestyle. Don't have your business run you. Again, I want to thank you for joining us and investing your time with us today. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, go to iTunes and give us a shout out. You can also go to our website, www.contractorsecretweapon.com, and check out today's episode and leave us a comment in the bottom of the page. And if you haven't gotten your 15 secret weapon strategies to getting higher-end customers, get it while you're at the website. Also, I want to thank again our sponsors for keeping this podcast alive for your profit-making pleasure. And so go be profitable this week. Work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your time and your knowledge so that you can be more profitable. Again, see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for another weekly episode of the Contractor's Secret Weapon podcast with Dave Negri. We would love to hear your comments about this episode, so visit us online at www.contractorsecretweapon.com and let us hear your thoughts. If you were listening via iTunes, please leave us a positive review. The more positive reviews we receive, the more other contractors will benefit from this show. Thank you, and see you next time here on the Contractor's Secret Weapon podcast.